Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we have a pretty big addition to the game. We are going to be going over the key opening for the Sin of Maraj, the new and basically final, technically, kingdom to be added to the game. They are still going to be adding more kingdoms in the future, though it's probably going to be another year before they do, because the kingdom system is going to be replaced with delves starting next patch in the Underworld. One really noteworthy thing of this kingdom is you definitely want to go complete out the quest line, as completion of its quest line is mandatory in order to enter the Underworld when next patch comes out, either next week or in the next few weeks. Sometimes in the next few weeks, next patch 4.0 is coming out. Other than that, this is also noteworthy in that this is the first kingdom since the 3.6 rework in which it reworked power level, so a lot of players for the first time will have to upgrade a kingdom from level 0, so we'll gotta do a lot of little small things like complete our quests, do all the challenges, and a bunch of other kind of trivial things in order to get the power levels now. Before you were able to just do it with troops, but now there's, of course, several more requirements they have to do with them. But anyways, a good majority of what we're doing this video is going and opening a bunch of keys. I already did all the gold keys because obviously I didn't want to sit here doing that for like 30 minutes. That would be a waste of time, but we are going to do the better keys. Of course, gold keys only have the rares and legends in them, so nothing really, the commons and rares in them, so nothing too interesting from them. If I could find where on earth this kingdom is. So this is what we currently have. I mainly just got the sloth upgraded. I'm going to want to be able to get all of these, so just as a quick rundown, actually let me click show all. So what's actually useful here? There's basically only, I'd say, 4 useful ones. They're actually all in the middle right here. Gluttony is the best new early game devour. It does 4 explosions and has a 20% chance to devour. This is relatively weak later in the game most likely, but earlier on in the game this is pretty much the best option you have. It's only an ultra rare, so very accessible. Do keep in mind, as far as opening keys is concerned for getting all these troops, you'd mainly only want to throw gold keys, maybe glory keys today. Ideally you'd want to save all the ultra rare pluses for this Monday and just use event keys for them. I personally will be opening keys until we get at least 1 copy of everything though, just so we could show the new Legend of Wrath and Lust this weekend during our streams and during some team videos and all that. But anyways, as far as the main ones, as I mentioned, Gluttony, new early game Devour. Greed, mainly only used for Explore and 1 trophy PvP if you want to get a burst of extra gold. There are some teams that do end up using that. Sloth, which is, oddly enough, probably one of the best troops in this kingdom, even though it's common. So really easy. You open like 20 or like 100 gold keys and you'll probably get one of them. He drains all mana from all allies as well as all enemies, so from everything, literally everything, and then gains a life equal to mana drained at a 1-to-1 boost ratio. This doesn't have damage like a famine, but his mana cost is only 10. So if you're using a team that's fully immune or mostly immune to mana drain, like something like a Divinia plus Yagway with something else, you're pretty much good to go. You'll have all the mana generation you need, you have all the damage you need, you can just drain all enemies, gain a bunch of life, and basically cast a famine for 10 mana cost. So this thing is insanely good. His traits aren't even that bad. He's immune to freeze, he does this omen thing. Every single one of these pretty much have an omen, except for the 2 legends, I believe. But they basically what it does is it explodes your gem at the start of battle. This one just happens to do it to blue. The one that it specifically does it to is almost completely irrelevant. I don't even know why they just didn't make it a random one, because it's at the beginning of the board, so it's not really going to make much of a difference which color it actually does for the most part. And also he does the inflict freeze when he does skull damage, though that's pretty much never going to be used on him because he's not going to be used up front. He's probably going to be used in like 3rd slot, 4th slot, something like that, kind of just shoved into the back. And other than that, the other really decent one is Ref. It's just a simple double convert. Basically every double convert ever added to the game is pretty decent, and this one enrages all allies and burn all enemies, so the enrage to all allies will help to allow him to do even more damage. Other than that, he also does 2 explosions every single time he deals skull damage. Assumably he has to be in 1st slot for that to actually trigger, but still 2 explosions every time is quite a lot when using a skull spammer, since he has the skull spam on itself. Only real big issue with him is he is brown yellow, which means no Gorgoltha or anything like that, but he is going to be used in 1st slot anyway, so you wouldn't even be using Gorgoltha. And that's basically everything that's relevant. Envy is not really too relevant, it just kind of bad. The Bride, same thing. It's only really going to steal a bit of magic, and it's only particularly good if your stats are a lot higher than the enemy. And in many game modes that have been coming out these days, everything has higher stats than you, so that's not really going to be too useful. And Lust, I don't really feel like it's going to be better than the weapon that already transforms. It does a charm an enemy, a chance to transform them into something else, and on top of that, it also gets a charm every single time an ally dies. Keep in mind that things like Firebomb, Sunbird Spam, and stuff like that would count as kills, so she would get a charm, assumably every single time off of one of those. So she could be okay, though for the most part, she's going to be pretty underwhelming unless the enemy team has a lot of attack buffs. Anyways, let's get into keys. We'll be starting with glory keys and kind of working our way around. We're mainly just looking for two things right now. Well, apparently a gluttony as well. But the main two things we're looking for right now are the 2 new legends, and that's about it. I don't really care about any other drop other than the 2 legends. I don't even care if we get a mythic. Looks like we're actually getting Divinia. I do need more copies of Divinia, so I shouldn't say that. There are a few things out there that we actually do need copies of. We're probably going to work all the way down to, I think, 1,000 glory keys. I think that'll almost be enough. Main thing I need to keep track of here is just to make sure once we have 91 of both of the 2, oh, that's a nice combination. But once we have 91 of the 2 rares from this kingdom, I should stop opening glory keys immediately and then move on to gem keys. And hopefully off of all of our gem keys, we'll be able to find these 2 new legends. Ideally, we will not burn through too many resources. Looks like we got a pride. That wasn't really too useful, though, because we're already going to get a pride automatically off of event keys and everything else later. I mainly just need these 2 new legends. Come on, let's see one of them. Oh, another Divine Ishbala. Oddly enough, despite I use her on almost every team, I still have not gotten her to Mythic yet. We will be doing that in the future, just haven't gotten around to it yet. So a lot of these troops, of course, we aren't actually going to be needing, unfortunately. Oh, as I say that, we get another Divinia. Getting Divinia to Mythic would be pretty nice. Does gain a little bit more HP gain, and I do intend to use it with that new Draining troop, as I mentioned, with Divinia Yagwe. Should be a pretty nice combination to use with it, with one other. Still not sure what that other will be. There we go! That's the main one I need. It would be smart to stop right now, but just to show the other one, I do need to make sure I get the other troop, so let's keep opening, I guess. So yeah, let's keep going. We will not stop until we get it. So it looks like we'll just keep going on glory keys then. Main reason I'm doing glory keys instead of gem keys right now, well, there's a couple reasons. One is, ideally, I do want to save the gem keys for next mythic. Next mythic's actually insanely good. It's coming early September, at least September 7th. I forget the exact date off the top of my head. I think it's like 2 Fridays from now or something. But if they don't nerf it, it's going to be the best troop in the entire game. It has instant kill on its last trait, which there's nothing player owns that has a counter to it, so it's going to be pretty strong, to say the least. We'll see exactly what happens with it, though. Well, let's see if we can finally get this other one. Our luck, we're probably going to go through, like, every last key we have until we get this thing. Again, ideally, you would be using event keys on Monday, only if you really wanted to get them. Basically, if you try getting them now, it's basically just getting a few day early access of them. It would make the most sense to just throw event keys on the Monday after, but then we can't show it, so got to keep going with them. Hopefully we get it before we run through glory keys, otherwise we will start burning through gems, which I guess is fine. If nothing else, at least we get ingots and everything. Could always use more ingots. Let's keep going with them. Almost done with our glories. Getting a bunch of dragon souls. Getting a bunch of stuff. If nothing else, at least almost everything we have will be mythic. Queen Aurora! Hey, the first mythic. I believe that is 4 Queen Auroras now. Should we go build a team of 4 Queen Aurora later? Probably. But there we go, the first mythic to come out of this. Not one I need, because I have literally every single one, but still pretty nice nonetheless. Actually, there is one mythic I kind of want to get another copy of if we could randomly pull it, though the chance of it happening is really slim, but a second Ubistet actually wouldn't be too bad just to mess around with it. If I'm not mistaken, the next hero class coming next Friday, actually, I believe, is Sunspear, which is Pride Land, so we'd actually be able to use Ubistet with the hero class, which could make for some interesting combinations. Anyways, let's keep going with this. Come on, new legend, where are you? I'll go double check it after I finish glory keys, just in case we got it and I just wasn't paying attention. That could definitely happen, but I'm pretty sure we haven't gotten it yet. We got the better one, but still, I want to get it. Come on. We're almost out of glory keys. We know you're in there. Come on. There we go! Finally! We got it. We got it before the end of glory keys again. Very nice. So, yeah, that's that. We finally got every last troop from this kingdom. Let's just do a double check on it and see how our progress currently is. Obviously, we'll be maxing the rest of them with event keys later on Monday. But as far as where the progress currently is, where on earth am I clicking? But let's go and head over to this kingdom. And, oh, we're a little bit short. I guess I'll do gold keys with the rest of this, I guess. Off stream, obviously, that would be, that'd take forever to do it on stream. But, or, you know, on video or whatever. But anyways, yeah, we're almost at both of those max. I do need to make sure I do these because commons and rares are not in the event key drop table. But as far as Gluttony, Pride, Wrath, and Lust, as far as obtaining them as well as maxing them, if you're planning on maxing them for kingdom upgrades, you would mainly want to do these off of event keys. It's pretty waste of resources to do it now. I just figured might as well get a few days early access to them to show them. So we'll be doing over the next few days, this entire weekend, basically doing team builds for these, these, doing them on stream, and all that good stuff. But anyways, we'll be streaming the normal times as always. We'll be streaming today and tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, we will be streaming every night, as we always do, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, we'll just be going over these, messing around with it. Hopefully, new patch is coming very soon, but for now, we'll be able to play around with most of these troops, mainly the main 4 that I mentioned earlier. But anyways, guys, if you still have any other questions or anything else you want me to go over, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Best of luck with the key drop tables, everyone. Goodbye!